What is going on, guys, and welcome back. So we are going to be starting something new, a segment on the channel that is not necessarily active fishing, but we're going to be starting something I don't know if anybody's ever done. Well, they've done, but I don't think anybody's ever done it outside, which is a video podcast. And we are going to be discussing a bunch of different fishing topics, and if things get even off fishing topics, that's okay. But we're gonna be discussing stuff that doesn't get put in videos that either we have video of, or things even just off video, because a lot does happen before, during and after, whether we put it in the video or not. And here we're gonna be pretty much like talking as I'm just talking to you guys, if we're just having like a one-on-one conversation. But like, we're gonna be also having like guests on, friends that we have accumulated through this whole fishing process, because and also we're going to be doing it like as organically as possible, meaning the conversation, like I'm going to try to do this like as little to no editing as possible. So there's probably going to be a bunch of ands and a bunch of buts, but it's going to be like as if we're friends around a campfire, just telling stories. We're going to tell stories. We're going to tell, talk about how, all the people that we've, met through fishing. Like, we don't talk in really our videos about how we met one another, really. And this is going to be something that we get to sit down. Like right now, I'm actually just sitting down on a hill, and I'm looking to do this either before or after a fishing session. And we are on the water, like literally right behind me. I got the waves, like I can see the waves, the rocks. Actually, I fished the land of the rocks for a good like 20-25 minutes, and came up with nothing. This is a new spot. I ran here but I got my exercise, and that's all good. I'm outdoors, which is what I love. I love being outdoors. And we're gonna get into like things like how we got into fishing, because I don't think all of you guys know how he got into fishing. So here we're just gonna tell stories, whether it's fishing related, not fishing related. We're just gonna tell stories. And this gives us an opportunity for you guys to know me better, the guys that I fish with better, the guys that we are going to meet after this, stories. And I hope this I don't know, like, this kind of connects us better in a way. But so, and also here we're going to be promoting businesses, big or small, that support our boys and girls here on the Central Coast. Through fishing, I've met so many people, and it's mind-blowing how a lot of these people my camera almost fell. But you got me. Yeah, here, could you this is how organic we're gonna be, is that I'm not gonna edit this out. My camera almost fell backwards, and if it would have fallen, it would have fallen about 500 feet down. So but yeah, we're just gonna get to know, or for you guys to get to know us better. And I hope this experience connects us even closer. But so, getting from where I started, I don't know if it's just me or there's many of you out there. I've fished when I was young, probably, you know, anywhere between 8 to now, really. But how I got into fishing, my uncles, you know, took me out when I was a kid. And you know, the sucky thing about, you know, when you're a kid, I don't know if you know, it was just me, but I'd go out with 2 of my uncles, Andrew and Gato. Well, his you know, names were Fujio, but my whole family called him Gato, which, you know, means cat in Spanish. But you know, it was Gato, that was my uncle. Andrew, my uncle. You know, one day when I was a kid, they're like, they brought me along when they, you know, went fishing. But the thing that I didn't like was having to get up early in the morning. And as a kid, I didn't understand why, you know, the reason to get up early in the morning. But now I understand, you know, the reason, like the early bird gets the worm. But as a kid, I hated it. I freaking hated it. My uncle would be like, "We're going fishing." I'm like, "Yeah." But like, so when I went fishing, I'd sleep over at my uncle's house or my grandpa's house, and you know, or you know, sometimes they'd even pick me up at my house. But you know, I did not like waking up as a kid. You know, waking up as a kid early in the morning, like 4 or 5, 6 in the morning, sucked. Like now, for like, you know, that I'm older, you know, I'm excited to go fishing, so I'm up like 2, 3. Sometimes I don't even sleep. It's like you're so just energized, you know, just to go fishing. So but yeah, I hated it as a kid. You know, we mainly went to either the lake or a pier, which, you know, for, you know, it's safe for a kid. But so, you know, one of my earliest memories, you know, one of my first fishing trips was it was so fun. But it was fun, and it sucked at the same time. So my uncle Andrew and my uncle Gato, he's like, "Hey, we're going fishing. Me, you, and Andrew." And so I'm like, "Hell yeah," you know, all pumped up. But, you know, obviously hated getting up early in the morning. But, you know, for me to wake up early in the morning, I, you know, typically would, is it still rolling? Because I think I heard it beep. Right?
Still going.
So yeah, you know, charging stuff. Oh, I don't even have it charged in. How are we gonna have a, you know, long conversation? So I don't know how long I'm gonna have these, but is it charging?
It won't show up. I'm pretty sure it is though.
Huh?
Yeah, it's good.
It's charging?
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's the thing, because I'm trying to not to edit this, and, you know, like I said, it's gonna be organic, so there's gonna be mess ups and whatnot. But yeah. So back to the story. So when I'd go fishing, I'd, you know, majority of the times I would go and, you know, spend the night at my grandpa's or my uncle's, because they would be the ones to wake me up, and I'd be like, "Oh no, I don't want to go." I'm like, "Nah, let me just sleep some more." But so my uncles would wake me up. He's like, "Hurry up, we're going fishing." And I'm like, you know, trying to get excited, but I'm just like, "Leave me alone, let me sleep." And he's like, "You could sleep on the way home, or on the way to the fishing spot, and then on the way home." And so there was this one trip where we headed out to the lake. Funny story, this was probably a bad thing. This was a bad thing, but so we woke up early in the morning, probably 5 or so, to go to the lake, because they opened up, I believe, at 6, or was it at 7? So 6 or 7. And you know, we'd take my grandpa's van, and my uncle had this plastic boat that was probably, I don't know, maybe 5, 6 feet. And, you know, me, my uncle, and my other uncle fitting on this boat was tight squeeze. And it was plastic. Like, you know those those plastic sand boxes that are boats. They're usually like, I believe, like the front of it's like red, and then like the part where you sit in, it's like white or yellow or something like that. It was that, like one of those kind of plastic boats. So we'd take my uncle's or my grandpa's van, and the boat was able to fit in the van. So what we did was we'd put the it was one of those, like, not hippie vans, but I don't know how to explain the van, but the boat would like barely fit in the back of the van, and we snuck the boat in so we didn't have to pay the boat fee. And so we headed to the lake to fish, and so we, you know, got through, and, you know, we got the boat, pulled it out, launched it, and my uncle had a big old tackle box and 3 guys and a heavy tackle box on a plastic boat. That was pretty sketch. So we launch. You know, I think it was one of my first times getting, you know, on a boat, or getting on a boat from shore. So I slipped, I got my feet wet, whatever. And so my you know, we go, I believe we had paddles, like one of the row paddles. So we'd paddle out. Well, I wasn't the one that was paddling, my uncles were. I was too little. So I'd be in the middle, older uncle in the front, and the younger uncle, well, they're, you know, older than me, but the younger uncle in the back, and then they'd switch sometimes. But so we were floating, drifting on the lake with the, you know, the wind barely pushing. So I'm fishing off the side, my uncle in the front, you know, obviously fishing on the front, and my younger uncle, well, not younger than me, but my youngest uncle out of the 2, was in the back, and he was facing, you know, the front of the boat, but he'd cast backwards. And so he casted backwards literally like seconds, less than 30 seconds. Boom, my uncle gets hit, pulls in a bass, and it was a good size one. I don't know, I'd say probably 2.5 pounds. So he gets the fish in the boat, and this plastic boat had this crease, probably about an inch right down the middle. My oldest uncle drinking beer while we're fishing, and so, you know, get him unhooked. The fish flops to the bottom of the boat, wiggles into that crease. I accidentally hit my uncle's beer over, falls into the crease, so the beer's like leaking into this crease into the boat. The fish lands perfectly, like, straight into the crease and just starts drinking the beer, and I'm dying. My youngest uncle, he's dying. My oldest uncle, he was a little pissed because I spilled his beer, but, you know, stuff happens. I believe that was the only fish that we caught that day. And there was at one point where we got to the opposite side of the, you know, from where we launched to the other side of the lake, and, you know, he drops the anchor down close to shore, and I was thinking I was going to be able to hop out because I had to pee. And so I jump, my little body goes, and I'm soaked halfway up, and I'm like, oh, I was so uncomfortable, but it was a fun day. That was one of my earliest fishing memories. But how I got into how I got back into fishing, so that the reason why I stopped when I was a kid, my uncle that, you know, I was fishing with, he joined the Marines, So, you know, I had nobody to take me, and my other uncle that was with us, he ended up going with them, not joining the Marines, but, you know, just going with them. So that was the end of fishing for me for years. And how I got back into fishing was probably a couple years after high school. I was, you know, working for Walmart, my first job, and a friend talked me into getting into fishing. You know, not going to get into the story, but I got into fishing, back into fishing, and around that time, I think it was around that, was it around that time? No. God, my stories are going to be so messed up, but anywho, my uncle was still in the Marines. My other uncle that was younger was back home, and we started rock fishing, and I just fell in love. That, you know, rock fishing is my favorite type of fishing. That's another thing that we're gonna get into, is getting into everybody's favorite type of fishing. My favorite type of fishing is rock fishing, whether it's from the rocks, you know, on a kayak, on a boat, or poke poling. Poke poling's so much fun. I think that might be my favorite out of all, because you're just sticking a pole underneath a rock, in between rocks, and, you know, pull. I've pulled some big fish out of there. But that's how I got back into fishing. Was my uncle. He invited me to go out with him. You know, we'd go to the lake, and the rocks. So, you know, fishing in a way changed my life. I love it. You know, I got to meet a lot of you guys through fishing, and, you know, this whole experience is crazy. It's like mind-blowing. It's like unbelievable in a way. You know, we've met so many cool people fishing and developed these awesome friendships that we get to, like we're gonna have this, like, the guys that I've developed friendships with, you know, this is gonna last, you know, for the rest of our lives. And doing these videos, creating these videos, it's like something that we can look back on, which, you know, at first when I started fishing, I probably started recording about a year after I got back into fishing. I don't really remember the reason why I, you know, started recording. I saw, I must have seen somebody on YouTube, and I was like, oh, you know, and they explained how it, you know, it's something to look like back on. And so I started recording, and so getting into my stories are probably going to be jumping around, so I apologize. But so my early days of recording, I did not have no GoPro. I probably recorded a year, maybe even a year, around a year, maybe a year and a half, recording on my phone. And how I was recording on my phone was I would get like a tripod that was bendable, and I'd like connect the little piece where you can, it clamps down, the piece that clamps down on your phone, like on a tripod, and I'd clamp my phone down and get the bendy parts of the tripod, and I'd have my backpack, and I'd curl the bendy parts around my backpack, and then like the third part would be up against my chest to, you know, give it that durability support, but it was always bouncing around. So my early fishing videos are like god awful. The quality is just absolutely terrible. But I in my opinion, I believe that I've like improved in like the way I create videos, you know, how I shoot them. Now that I'm using the GoPro, now that I have two, I get better angles, the quality's better, and in my opinion, I believe that the quality is like getting better, and I'm learning, you know, how to film, because I just shoot, like press record on my phone, and stuff would be blurry, stuff would be bouncing around all the time. But luckily, you know, with the GoPros that we have are, you know, more stable than my, like when I was using my phone back in the day. And yeah, we're gonna be bringing on guests. You know, today it's just gonna be me. You know, if you were wondering who was behind the camera helping me catch my phone or catch the camera, it's my younger brother. Yeah, you know, I am looking for you know, this podcast, my vision is to kind of get the behind the scenes stuff, and you know, it's just a way for you guys get to know us better, you know, other than just the fishing videos that we put out. And you know, when we do bring on guests, we're gonna get into their stories, and you know, it's you know, the thing that I had this idea for probably about a year, but I, you know, been trying to think of how, in my mind, how I'm gonna do it, and we have a name. I've been thinking about a name for this too, and the name that I picked for this video podcast is gonna be CaliCasters. It's gonna be the CaliCasters podcast. We're gonna bring, I'm looking to like bring on guys that, you know, we meet throughout California, guys that, you know, we have met and are, you know, looking to meet. And you know, if you guys have any like suggestions on people that you would like to see, I'm gonna do my best to see if we can get them on. You know, not gonna make no promises, but you know, we're gonna be bringing on, you know, good friends that we've developed, and friends that we are gonna, you know, future friendships that we're gonna develop. And you know, hopefully we build a better, bigger bond. You know, we're not like the guys that I've met through this fishing process. You know, we're not just fishing buddies. We're, in a way, it turned into family. And you know, it's you know, all these individuals that we've met, these awesome people, it's been an awesome journey. It's been like this journey's been influential, and we're trying to bring more, you know, now the times that we are in today, you know, there's always going to be, you know, negatives, but I'm trying to only see positives, because the more you know, talk, pursue those negatives, or how do I say this? In my eyes, I would like to see more positivity in this world, because you know, our good friends, they always talk about, you know, I'm trying to think of how the ways that they said it, because it was so good. Like, I'm terrible with talking, but I was actually more terrible than I am right now with talking, because, you know, through school I wasn't much of a talker. quiet. You know, I've had a lot of people tell me that I was like quiet, you know, through high school. But you know, after high school, I just started opening up, and you know, our good friends always talk about, like, we only live on this earth for so many years. Why chase and bring in the negatives when, you know, the years that we do have, because you never know how long you live, how long you have on this earth. So why not seek the positives, seek you know, from what we've developed, you know, with a lot of you guys, turning those friendships into like family in a way, because you know, we're all on this earth for a limited time. Why not build a bond and share happiness, share, like, you know, pump one another, inspire one another. And you know, I try to, like, God, I don't even know how to explain it, but seek positivity. And a good thing, like, you know, another thing with you know, this fishing, like the guys that we've met through this process, it's like you know, our good friend always talks about, like the vibe that you put out is the vibe that you're gonna, you know, take in. So why put out a negative vibe when, you know, you're just gonna get negativity back? And what's the upside of that? You know, if you have a positive vibe, you're gonna be bringing in you know, relationships that are, you know, positive, or, you know, our good friends. There's it's like it's a quote, but it's like, in a way, it's like a quote that our good buddy Edward said that stuck with me. Your vibe attracts your tribe, and it's inspiring. Like, the guys that we know, the girls that we know, our vibes, they just inspire one another. So they inspire us to reach our goals, and, you know, push our limits to accomplish those goals. But I'm preaching. I'm preaching too much, sounding all corny and whatnot. But the attitude, the how do I say this? I don't even know how to say this, but I'm appreciative, I'm inspired, I'm everything, like, with everything that we have accomplished. It's dang, I don't even know how to say it, but I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. But, you know, we got plenty of stories to tell. This is just the start of it. You know, I'm not good with speaking, with public speech much, but, you know, I have, like, learned a lot, and it is a Shoot, I don't even know. I apologize. I'm like, I don't know, for all the friendships that we've developed, I'm like lost for, like, it's in a way like I'm still like trying to spin my mind around, like, dang, we met all these cool people, like how, like, not really how, but like, I don't know, it's inspiring. But yeah, I don't know. You know, with these podcasts, I'm looking to improve on my ability to publicly speak to the camera. I'm from when I started to now, I feel like I've gotten better. But you know, with this podcast, I'm hoping that it helps me kind of, you know, it's probably a little awkward because I'm like just speaking me to camera, but I'm sure if we have some guests, this conversation is going to be a lot better, because we can go back and forth, share stories back and forth, and we're going to talk about old trips, current trips, whether we're, you know, like I said before, I'm looking to do this either before or after a fishing trip, and we can talk about this like the day that we just had, or even future trips. And you know, we're gonna promote you know, events and stuff, and you know, people that support us, and I want to like build this ultimate like family in a way. Well, not me like build, but like all of us, everyone, to build this unit. This, you know, it's probably going to be through all, you know, it's through fishing. We built this awesome family through fishing, and you know, it's awesome to you know, call, message, be like, hey, I'm gonna go fishing, who wants to come? And you know, it's awesome that we get to like build unity, and the goal is to just spread as much positivity as we can, because like I said, like our friends say, we only live, like our families say, we only live on this earth for so long. Let's live it and appreciate one another, and just build the biggest family that we can. And I'm hoping that this inspires you guys to seek out this friendship that turns into family, because we're all family, and we really can't live without one another. So that's my goal. This is kind of the reason why I'm doing this this new segment, and we're only growing from here. You know, we've been on this long journey, and we have a long continuous journey ahead of us. So spread the love, spread the positivity, and let's build with one another, whether it's through fishing or through anything, something that you love. So yeah, so this podcast is the CaliCasters podcast, and this is just episode 1. Looking for future episodes, you know, to build all these new friendships, to bring on new family, and I hope you guys enjoy like not only the videos, but like I don't know what to say other than let's do this. And so, you know, we're, you know, on this podcast we're gonna promote, you know, people, businesses that that support our people, and we're gonna promote events. So, you know, not only, you know, can we get to know each other from videos and stuff, but like we can get to know each other face to face. And yeah, I'm gonna do my best to improve my videos and improve, you know, everything that we're trying to build. Don't know how these podcasts might be short, they might be long, depending on topics that we, you know, bring. You know, every topic might be the same, probably won't be the same, but yeah. But I got the seal. He's distracting me down there. He keeps looking at me, Buster. He's been looking at me for like a couple hours. But yeah, I'm hoping to build this unique segment, this podcast, to be as unique as possible. I don't know anybody that's done it outside, and that'd be cool if we were the first, and looking to grow. So yeah, I appreciate you guys, and if you guys want to support the channel, make sure to like, subscribe, share. And I'm also, you know, I've put out some merch if you want to, you know, help the channel with that. This is only gonna it helps me in a way, you know, make these videos, this quality better. You know, we've improved on, you know, equipment and whatnot, and the people that we surround with each other have, you know, helped me. And, you know, it's awesome that we get to help each other, not only with, you know, fishing tips and tricks, but like we help each other in so many different ways. It's mind-blowing. But yeah, I'm looking to do, you know, I have so many ideas for videos, so many ideas for guests, so many ideas for everything. My mind's just with ideas. So this is just episode 1. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, keep fishing on. Peace.